All right, the second phase of the short game is our chipping. And chipping is something we're going to do a lot of when we play golf. Most golfers either hit the ball on the green, of course, or hit it near the green. A chip shot is considered something we do from the edge of the green and about 20 yards away. So the better we are with this, the better chance we have of lowering our scores and getting ourselves a shorter putt, something that will save us some golf shots. So we're going to do this kind of in two phases. I'm going to show you the setup and what we're doing from the front view, and then we're going to switch up and I'm going to show you what we do from the back view so you can see the proper setup and technique for this. So the first thing we want to do is this is very similar to putting. This is actually the same type of stroke, keeping everything quiet. So we just showed you putting, so now we're going to go through chipping. When we hold the golf club, we want to keep our hands as low as possible. Get our hands to the bottom of the grip. And we can actually hold this like a putter if we want to, keeping our hands facing one another so we keep our hands as quiet as possible and getting that club into the palm of my hand instead of like a golf grip. So the hands are on the side. So that's the first part. We choke up on the club because this gives us more control. The higher we have our hands, the wristier we are, and we don't want to be wristy. Also, by having a regular golf grip, the regular golf grip is designed to get your hands moving. So we try to avoid that and try to get more of a putter grip to keep our hands quiet. Just as we were doing with the putting stroke, everything is kind of one motion. When we set up to the golf ball, I want you to get your feet together, ball right in the center of the feet. With your left foot, just step out about 3 or 4 inches, and the ball should be off your back foot, just inside your right foot. We're going to open our body up a little bit because we're trying to get our hips out of the way. This is really just an arm shot. We're going to have a little more motion than we would have a putting stroke, so we need to get our hips cleared so that they don't get into the way. So we go back, choke up on the club, get more of a putting grip on it to keep your hands quiet, feet together, step out about 4 or 5 inches just with your left foot, open your body up a little bit, lower your center of gravity, get a little bit of weight on your left side, about 60% of your weight on your left side, about 40 on your back. Get your hands a little bit forward, just in front of the golf ball, and try to keep your hands as quiet as possible. What I've set up here is a practice station, so you can kind of see where the club is. We want to keep this club right on track, keeping it nice and straight, and nice and through our tracks. Once we're set up here, just try to keep that club going straight back and straight forward. Trying to keep the hands as quiet as possible. Notice a couple of things here. My center of gravity is still down. My weight is still on my left side. My eyes are still where the ball was, and my club is still straight. I haven't flicked, I haven't risen, I haven't helped it. Everything is still where it should be, nice and quiet and nice and low. So that's the front view. Now let's switch over to the back view. As we continue with chipping, what I've done here is I set up kind of a practice station. What we have here, these two clubs are aimed at the target and form some tracks. So you can kind of see where the golf ball and the golf club are traveling. The third club here is for where our body is going to be aligned. All right, so again, what we want to do is we want to grab the club and get our hands down as low as possible. This helps us control it. The higher we have our hands, the wristier we are. So we get our hands lower, which helps control the club. Also, ideally, we get our hands facing one another more like a putting stroke. We have our regular grip, we have a tendency to move the club too much. It turns and it flips and it moves. We're trying to keep this club nice and quiet, trying to keep it all one piece, just like a putting stroke. The club is not moving, we're not flipping or turning, ideally. When we set up to the golf ball, again, we're going to approach the golf ball, feet together. Our left foot, or our outside foot in golf, we're going to step out about 4 or 5 inches. The ball is going to stay just inside my back foot or my right foot. I'm going to put my hands on there. Hands facing one another towards the bottom of the club. Once I'm here, I'm going to open my body up a little bit. You can see where this golf club is. My hips are a little bit open to my target. I'm going to lower my center of gravity, which means I'm going to flex my knees and my weight's going to be down. I'm going to get a little bit of weight towards my front foot. About 60% of my weight is on my left side. Once I'm here, my hands are going to be a little bit forward of the golf ball or left of it. Now what I want to do is keep this club on track. That means keep this club right between these tracks, right down and right through it. Right through the tracks, straight through and straight through it. What is off track? Off track. Off track. Try to keep the club straight and right through the track. Weight on the left side, just like a putting stroke. Straight back, straight through, keep everything quiet. Weight's on the left, eyes are down, club is low, wrists are solid, they're not flipped or turned. And make solid contact, just like a putting stroke, keeping everything on track. That's our chipping. Good luck.